That is the most I have ever spent at the Goodwill Bins.
Today's Goodwill Bins trip is a little different because I have two missions. First, I'm hoping to find a few pieces that could work in my living room because later on this week I'll be fixing the layout. I'm going to be rearranging some furniture back how I want it and decorating a very empty wall. And second, so many of you have been asking me to keep an eye out for vintage home decor for my upcoming sale. So let's go see what we can find at the bins today. Be careful with it. One thing about the Goodwill Bins is that you have to make quick decisions. If you stand there trying to decide too long, somebody else is probably going to grab it. So this metal plate holder immediately made me think about the upcoming holiday, so I'm going to grab that. This little wooden mushroom was too cute to pass up, so we're going to grab that. And then I spotted this burgundy candle that had my Christmas colors written all over it. So I wasn't sure if I would keep either one of these, but they were definitely going to be worth taking a look at later. So let's just put those in the buggy. And about this time, some of my sweet little family showed up. So now we had a whole crew digging through the bins together, which always just makes it even more fun. So back to digging. I came across this, and even though I don't really need one, I could definitely see this coming in handy during the holidays when you've got family over and coffee pots just seem to empty as fast as you can make them. So you could put some coffee in this and then go ahead and make a fresh pot, since this one would keep it warm. I spotted this box of dishes, and because you just never know what's hiding at the bottom of some of these boxes, I am going to take a minute to dig through here. After looking through that for just a little while, I spotted this bin over here in the corner filled with lots of glassware. I heard somebody kind of digging through it, and I thought, well, I need to go over there and look. This turned out to be one of my favorite bins of the day. First, this beautiful bean pot, then this tiny little piece that I'm still not completely sure about. It looks like a little miniature teapot, but the colors are perfect. So in the buggy it goes. There were just so many unique pieces hiding in here that it felt like every time I moved something, another treasure appeared. This made in Italy bowl isn't really my style, but somebody in our group that's shopping today might just love it. So into the buggy it goes while I continue digging. And the same thing happened with this Avon. I guess this is a beer stein. Sometimes the smartest thing you can do is put it in your buggy and keep shopping, and you decide later. It's a whole lot easier to put something back than it is to wish you'd have picked it up after someone else walks away with it. This little Wexford piece is going in the buggy. My friend Crystal ended up taking this home with her later on. These little country cottage plates were so precious. I've actually seen several people pick them up throughout this trip, but so far they keep getting put back down. Isn't it funny how sometimes the same item catches everyone's eye, but nobody's quite sure if they should bring it home? Anytime I see a box sitting at the bins, I have to check it out. Boxes are one of those places where treasures like to hide. Even if this one didn't have anything, I just couldn't live without looking inside. As I kept digging, I started noticing several blue tags that looked like they'd come from someone's antique booth, and sure enough, tucked underneath everything else was this adorable little trinket box. And then I found these plates. These were probably another one of my favorite finds so far because I could already picture them displayed in my hutch in the kitchen. These definitely were coming with me. I am trying to pull these plates out really slowly and just check them over to make sure none of them are chipped or cracked or anything like that. You sell on eBay, or where do you?
No, it's called Vinted.
Vinted?
Vinted. V-I-N-T-E-D.
Oh, Vinted. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and they pay for
It's a
shipping.
website?
Yeah, they pay.
Okay.
Well, it's an app.
Oh, it's an app, just a separate app. Okay, I've never heard of that.
They pay for shipping. So
Oh, wow.
you just have to send it. It's really easy.
This lady was telling me she sells on an app called Vinted. Yeah, I have a daughter. She's here somewhere. She does clothes, and she sells on Whatnot, and she like is so good at it. Like,
Yeah, that's what it's kind of like that.
yeah. By this point, my buggy was definitely starting to fill up, but I wasn't finished yet. One of the employees mentioned that they were about to bring out another home decor bin, so I definitely want to stick around and make sure I don't miss anything good in that. I also like to make one last slow walk past all of the bins before I head to checkout because people are constantly changing their minds and putting things back, and some of my best finds have come from someone else's cart check, so it's always worth taking one more look. Oh my goodness. What's that? Now those are cute. Those look vintage. It's hard to tell. They make so many knockoffs these days that lots of glass in here. Look at this. This marble is really heavy though. My friend Crystal's up here. Say hi, Crystal. And I'm doing a buggy, and there's my daughter Kelsey. I like seeing what everybody's getting in their buggies, so I'm doing a little buggy scan here. What all you got? Oh my gosh, that's so cute. That's old.
And I had this.
You did? That's fun. Hi, baby. I feel somebody tugging at me. Uh-oh. Hi, baby.
Thank you, babe.
Okay. Now what you gonna do?
Figured Rosalind would do.
Rosalind would wear it to something, yes. Oh, you do have a lot of cast iron. I see. Oh, those are a good deal.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, those are pretty. I love those. I think I have one like that.
Do you?
And that's cute too, that little brass basket. Yeah, that's cute. Thank y'all. Let's see what we can find. Oh, this stuff is hot. Wait, there's something in there. Okay, so I'm giving y'all a pan of Crystal's. Like she's got one of these. I almost got this suitcase, but I think she's gonna try it. I don't think it's exactly what I'm looking for, but she got some fun finds. Like, look at her buggy. It looks so good. Look at all of this cast iron she found. She's gonna see if they'll give her a better deal on that. They might too. Some great deals. I think we accomplished both missions today. Let's get checked out and head home so I can show you this massive haul.
Okay, I think that is the most I have ever spent at the Goodwill Bins. Let's go home and see what all I got.
So I am home now. I got everything unloaded so that I can share it with you. I'm going to start with all of the things that I got to put in my home decor sale. I will not take a lot of time on this. I'll try to move through these pretty fast, but just know that all of these items are going to go in my home decor sale. And then I have a whole nother round of things to show you that I got for my own personal use, things that I will be keeping. So let's get right into this haul. Okay, I'm going to kind of step over to the side so that y'all can see these items really good. The first thing is this beautiful little gingerbread apron. It's all intact. It is so cute. Gingerbread apron right there. And then I got this red, it's silk. I don't know if this is like a headscarf, but I thought that this was beautiful. And my friend Crystal was telling me about how in Japan, they take things like this and they wrap their Christmas gifts in them. So I thought that that was really interesting. And then this piece here, I really debated on whether or not I wanted to sell it or not. And the reason I think that I'm going to sell it is because I know that I am not crazy about the colors for my personal decor, but I know that somebody is going to love this. So I had to rescue it from the bins. And it is this homemade quilt, y'all. It's a small homemade quilt. It is adorable. There's the pattern on it. And then here's what it has on the back. And I wanted to show y'all, this is what we found out in the Goodwill Bins when we were looking, is that it has this right here. So it has like this little homemade tag inside. It does have like one little spot where the stitching has like come undone here. I might see if I can get Mason to fix that. And then I also think that somebody made this maybe to hang up on a wall, because it has this piece here and it's got like a little slat in it where maybe they hung it, you know, on a curtain rod or something to hang on a wall. It's not a huge quilt, so it's touching the floor right now and it comes up to my chest right there. So maybe 4 foot, it's about the same all the way around. Maybe a 4x4. I don't know. I'll measure it to be sure when I get ready to sell it. But isn't that a wonderful and beautiful find? Again, I really debated on whether or not I wanted to keep this or put it in the home decor sale, because all of these items at the bins are so nice. I just have a hard time knowing that a lot of them are just going to go in a dumpster. So why not save them and give somebody else an opportunity to purchase them? So then I also got this beautiful leather purse here. It's in great condition, so I thought somebody really might enjoy that with these little tassels and all on the side. The brand of this is, let me see, I'm trying to move fast. Ruffs. So yeah, I thought that that was a good little find. I could tell right away that it was leather just by the way it felt. And then moving on to some metal pieces that I'm going to be putting in the sale. Somebody's had cleaned out their booth, obviously, or something, because there was a lot of things on there with this little tag. I got this little metal piece here to add into the home decor sale. I use pieces like this to hang on the wall, and here in a minute you're going to see a couple of pieces that I got for myself to do that very thing. So I thought that that was a neat little piece. And then I found these items here. I thought that they were super adorable, like some little silverware pieces. One is like a little shell. I'm trying to get it separated where you can see it better. So I got those for the sale. And then this big ladle, I almost thought about keeping this for myself as well. Little snowman ornament, little Christmas salt and pepper shaker set. And look how cute this looks just sitting in this silver piece. Like I could see this like with a little Christmas tree in it or something. Isn't that adorable? All right, and then this bag here, this must have been like a little grab bag or goodie bag at the regular Goodwill. And I just want to show you up close what they are. I think there's some kind of little ornaments. I don't know, they have like a little string on them and all. So here's the first one, it's a little lamb. They are marked on the bottom, Midwest, Japan. So again, there's that one. And then this one has to be my favorite. Look at this, how adorable. It is also marked with the same thing on the bottom. And then the little rabbit. I think, yeah, you could easily take off this ribbon and use this to decorate in your little miniature cabinets or something. These little things right here, you could take some pliers or something and just pull that out, take the string off, change out the ribbon if you wanted to. Super cute on those. This little brown teapot I thought would be great for fall. It's got the perfect colors. It's marked something in Japan there on the bottom. So I thought that that would be fun for someone to have. And then I always get asked about cloches. Where do I find cloches that go to all of my things? Well, guess what? I just found this cloche randomly sitting in a box. It is not chipped or anything. It's in perfect condition. It did not have anything to go on the bottom, but you don't have to. You can put this on a plate, on a cutting board, or anything. So I did find this small glass cloche here. So I did pick this up. It does not have a glass. So I went ahead and got it just so it would not, you know, it's not that expensive, but I love the little gold rimmed frames. This one's an 8x10, and sometimes people like to use these to put like an embroidery piece or a needlepoint piece or anything like that in it so that they can display it and not have the glass in the way. So I went ahead and grabbed this just for that purpose there, because people do like these little gold frames. I love them. I just really don't need any more. A couple of items that I had on the table here as going in the home decor sale, but I'm not 100% sure if I'm not going to keep them. So I might keep these for myself. And the first one is this little trinket box that is beautiful. It is marked Japan on the bottom. And because I do have a project where I am trying to get all my jewelry in order, I thought this might work good for that. It's just, like I said, a little trinket box. This one does have a chip right here, which is why I thought about just keeping it for myself, because I don't know how people feel about selling something like that if it's got that little chip. I'm trying to block my face because this camera wants to focus on my face, but if you can see right there, it has like this little chip. So I don't know how people feel about that. So I put it in this pile, but I might change my mind unless somebody tells me on here that they would take it anyway. I don't know. And then I came across these. I just thought that these were fun, and I might go ahead and just put these in my car. I don't know that anybody wants to buy anything like this. I just thought that they were a fun little piece. It's just like a little thing of like Japanese tissues or something. I'm not really sure. Now these next couple of things I thought were beautiful, and I would actually put these in my home decor, like in my bedroom maybe for summer, but I don't really decorate with ships or anything anymore. I used to, and you really don't have to decorate with all ships to decorate with something like this. I absolutely loved the color of them. So this is what the boxes look like. There were 2 or 3 of these in there. I only got 2 because even though they're a little bit different, you can tell they match and go together. So it would be really cute to have both of these hanging up on a wall somewhere. So the first one that I got was this beautiful plate right here. And on the back, it just says the legendary ships of the seas. I'm not even going to try to pronounce what's on the back here because I already get very corrected on my pronunciation of things. So, but anyway, it does have like a little signature over here in the corner. These were just too beautiful to let them go in a dumpster. And yes, they do put Goodwill Bins items in a dumpster sometimes. Like some of them try to resell them at different bins, but a lot of them do go in the trash. So I was like, man, somebody will really love these. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab them. They are both, I'll show y'all the other one here in just a minute. I'm gonna try to get this one put up. But what I was gonna say is that they are both packaged so well. I don't know if anybody ever even used these, but the box alone is just beautiful. And yeah, it doesn't really say anything else on the box. So let me show y'all this one real quick. And then I have one other little item to show y'all. And then we will get to all the items that I picked out. I think they're different. Yes, they are. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, they look kind of alike, but they are different. So I think that this one is equally beautiful. And like I said, I think that both of these, let me just get them both out so I can show y'all. Look how beautiful that is. And then just to kind of give you an idea, here they both are side by side. So you can see that they are similar but different. And if I was styling them, I would hang them like this on top of each other. So the only other thing, oh, I gotta make sure I get those back in the right boxes because somebody specifically asked me to look for these, is this little people. So I was asked in the comments to please look for these. I just wanted to show you that I did find one. I found one, and these are very hard to find. But one year I was thrifting in our regular Goodwill and I found over 200 little people in a box. So it's not impossible to find them, but it is very rare and very hard because this is the first little people I have seen in a very long time. So let me get this area cleaned up and cleared off, and then I'm going to put everything on here that I purchased for my own personal use. It may be kind of hard to see me behind this big old comforter. I do believe that this is a queen size comforter. I've already brought it home and washed it because, I don't know, coming from the bins, it's a big old fluffy comforter. I wanted to get it in the wash. I don't think it's anything expensive or special. I just really love that it had no rips, no tears, no stains, and it's going to be perfect on, I believe, our guest bed for the fall season. So I absolutely love like dark browns, chocolate browns, and all of that all year long, but especially during fall. So if this doesn't go on our guest bed, my daughter Elizabeth is already trying to claim it. It may go like on the end of my king size bed folded up. We'll see where it ends up, but it was a very good find. I'm pretty sure I probably paid about $7, $8 because it's a kind of heavy. And that was the thing with a lot of my haul, is my haul was a pretty heavy haul. And I think that's why it cost me more than it usually does. So these next pieces I got for my hutch. So I love decorating for fall, like I said, and even though I knew these were going to make my buggy heavy, I went ahead and got them. So it is the Harvest Stoneware hand painted plates made in Japan, and there were 4. So that's why I went ahead and got them, because I think they're going to look so beautiful in my hutch. So I'll give you an up close look at these here. They have all of the beautiful fall colors in them, and like I say, I got 4 of them. So here's the other 3 right here. So exciting, and I think that they are going to look great in my hutch. I love, love, love all of those colors together. So I was super excited to find 4. Normally you can only find like 2 or 3, anything like that. I mean, sometimes they have full sets of dishes, but
yeah, that was a great find. Okay, so let me grab some of these silver pieces that I mentioned in the home decor sale haul in the beginning that I got for myself. So I'm so excited about these. I absolutely love hanging things like this on my wall. I actually have one here in my dining room that I'm looking at. I have a piece in my bathroom that's like the bottom of a butter dish, but it's so beautiful. I know that's weird, but I have it hanging in there because I just love the silver look. So I got these because I thought that I could find a place to hang these either in my master bedroom or in our guest bedroom or my office, because I am redoing all of those rooms here just slowly in the future. This one right here, I think it is so beautiful. So here is kind of what the back looks like. So I got that one. And then I got this one. This is the one that I have that looks almost like the one hanging over here on the wall. And I really, really like this one. This one does feel like very thin and light, but I still loved it anyway. You can tell it was in somebody's booth because there's another one of those little stickers. But I was most excited on my silver pieces for this piece right here. Go, look at this. This is the piece that I think I am most excited about out of all of my silver pieces. And I guess this is like a soup tureen. I'm not really sure. Look at the handles on this. I think that the handles are just gorgeous. I love this. It's not very deep, so it's a pretty shallow, if it was a soup tureen, it's a pretty shallow one. Couldn't find any lid, but that's okay. I will use this, I think, probably to put some fall florals or some fake fruit, something like that. I have an idea of where I want to put this, and I'll show y'all in just a minute when I bring out this other piece that I got. But let me show you something that I got for Christmas/winter that is probably my most favorite find out of all of these things. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all. I'm not gonna save the best for last. I'm ready to go ahead and show y'all. They're gorgeous. My friend Crystal too, she was like, oh, I just love those so much. I have wanted a pair of ice skates, y'all, to put into my winter/Christmas decor for years, and I have just never found any that I feel like fits my style and color and decor and all of that. So I've never been a fan of like the bright white ice skates, even though you could like antique wax them and kind of make them your own. I don't know, I've just not loved them. But when I saw these, y'all, I said, absolutely, I love those. These are 100% my style. Beautiful. They even have almost like this burgundy color in them that's going to go with all of my Christmas and winter colors. So beautiful. Here's the brand of them back there. And the funny part is that they're actually my size. So, you know, if I need to put them on and take a spin, if we ever get, you know, some ice in Texas, I will do that. But yeah, I thought that these were such a fun and unique find at the Goodwill Bins. I was so excited. Again, it's got another one of those little booth stickers, I think, on it there. I guess that's what that is, because it's got like B6, so I would think that would mean booth 6 and then their number. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Do y'all like these ice skates? I am in love with these. Okay, so I'm gonna keep moving kind of fast since we still have several things left. So I've showed y'all the silver pieces. Let me put those out of the way. Let me show y'all this little brass piece real quick. So this was, I think Kelsey found this, just kind of chilling in the bottom of the bin. Beautiful. I love anything brass. So I grabbed it and put that over there with my silver pieces. And then I already have a bean pot. So I already have one that's this brand also, the West Bend bean pot, but they are so beautiful in the fall. This is another piece that I struggled with. Do I want to keep it or do I want to put it in the sale thing? And it's also heavy. Again, that's why I think that's why my haul was so expensive, because I had so many heavy things. I wish ours would do like some of the bigger bins and only charge like 30 cents for glassware or something, but they don't. But anyway, I grabbed this bean pot because I think it will look gorgeous with a plant or something in it. And not too long ago, I thrifted a bowl at the regular Goodwill. Let me show y'all. It's this little bowl right here, and I put a plant in it, but you can see the plant kind of sticks up a little too far. So I thought maybe I could put that bowl somewhere else and maybe this plant would fit perfect. The plant fits down in this perfect. So that's what I'll do. I'll switch those two out and that's gonna work out just great. Well, let me share you this other home decor. Well, it's not really home decor, but I'm going to use it kind of like that. So let me show y'all. So while we were in there, I noticed that they had this, okay? So this is a projector. Well, I had a projector in it. So this is a projector box. And, whoa, okay, I'm like, what is moving in there? So that's just what the bottom looks like. Well, I have a love for old boxes of any kind. So this one's a little bit different. It's shaped a little bit different. And I had a plan for this when I picked it up. So I took, yes I did, at the bins, anything goes at the bins, okay? So don't be mad. I took the projector out because it is so heavy. It probably weighed 50 pounds by itself. So I took that out and I put that in another little box, and all the things that were in here that went with it, except for this little card, went with the projector, and I just put it in a different box because all I wanted was this. And I wanted this originally because I thought my sewing machine was going to fit in it, because you let me do it, let me show y'all. So the top part comes off and then you have the bottom. So I thought that my sewing machine was going to fit in here, but it will not. So what I'm going to do is, we actually have a projector. It's this one right here that I got off of Amazon. We use this a lot. Elizabeth uses this a lot to make like the signs that you can make with the paint. And then they use this when they're watching movies outside, having like a pool night and a movie night or whatever. So what I thought was, it's a projector box. So I had to take the hammer and knock some of these little things off that were just kind of stuck there at the bottom, keeping my box from fitting in there good. I just knocked those off. Let me show y'all. So now I'm going to put my projector in this box, and I'm going to have somewhere to store it. So I think that I want to actually put this box on top of our freezer in here in my laundry room, because I just have a bunch of other old boxes and stuff up there that I really like. And so I think it's going to look good up there. So I think that's where that is going to go. If I do have it in place, I'll show y'all here at the end of the video. But yeah, this was, again, another heavy piece. And this was also in that same person's booth. So yeah, now I'm able to store, yeah, there's the little booth. See the little booth tag right there? So yeah, I'm able to store my projector somewhere. So that is fun. And like I said, I love the look of old boxes. So I did grab this Grandipity tablecloth because I've talked about this before. We go through and use these a lot. So I'll add this to my stash. It's so light, it weighed nothing, so why not grab it? And then I got myself this little scrunchie. It's a little satin scrunchie, nothing special, but I did grab that for myself. Okay, let me show you a few more items, and then we're getting close. So this next item I got for myself. At first we thought it was Vera Bradley. We got so excited thinking that this was a Vera Bradley bag, but it was not, because you know, it's not on the zipper or anywhere that her name would be, but it definitely looked like it from afar. You can see there the pattern. It looked a lot like a, you know, it's a Vera knockoff is what it is. But I got this for myself because I have a black suitcase and I kind of like all of my luggage to match. I got a Ralph Lauren bag at the bins several months ago, and so I think I'm going to sell that one and replace it with this one. I know, why would you replace a Ralph Lauren bag with this? But I like this because it has the slot back here for your suitcase handle to go through it. So you can like sit this on top of your suitcase, and then it has all of these different pockets. So for like all your bathroom stuff, and it's got zippers here, it's got zippers here, and then if you unzip it, it actually has this as well. So this one will just be better overall, where the other one is just a one pocket kind of thing. I have to add like a bunch of other little bags inside that, and this one still had the strap. If you needed to carry it, it still has like the shoulder strap, or it has the handles. It looked really clean, as you can see on the inside. There's the pattern inside. So yeah, just a fun little, I need to throw this in the washing machine. I have not washed that one yet. Fun little find there. And so what I'm trying to do is, like, if I love this one more than what I thrifted at the bins before, I will just switch them out. Sell one, keep one. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. Now I also got me this flannel because I just like to lounge around in these. I like to wear like a shirt under it. So say I've got like this black t-shirt on right here, I would just take this, wear over it open almost like a jacket or something, and just leave it open and kind of wear it like that. And I just got that for Christmas just to kind of wear it. It's got like the worn out look, kind of vintagey kind of worn out look. So I liked that. So I grabbed that. I need to throw that in the washing machine. I don't know, the brand was Tall Pines. I don't know, that could be Walmart for all I care. I still love it. And then I got my husband, I was so excited to get him this. So I got my husband this Lee fall shirt. So look at the little print on this. He will actually wear this too, y'all. He likes stuff like this. So it's just this little fall print long sleeve shirt, like with the blue background. And he'll just wear this to church, you know, or somewhere nice like that, out to eat, something like that during the fall season. He said he liked it, so I was excited to find that. Okay, y'all, I'm out of breath. That was a huge haul, a very amazing huge haul, but nonetheless, it was very big. I am so excited about all of my finds. Let me tell y'all how much I paid for everything. Real quick, before I give the price, I always like to add this in just in case there's anyone new that has no idea what or how the Goodwill Bins works. So the Goodwill Bins, you do not pay by each item. You pay by the pound. So at my local Goodwill Bins, you pay by the pound for textiles, and then you pay by the pound for hard goods. So at ours, you actually pay more for textiles, like your blankets, your clothes, different things like that. So even this bag, because it's got like this clothy kind of look on it, they counted that in the textiles, excuse me. And those are $1.69 a pound. I had 10 pounds of textiles, yes, at $1.69. So it was $16.90 for all of my textiles. And then my wares, which is the majority of everything else that I got, including like plates, all the metals, this box, just everything like that except for the ice skates, because they counted those as shoes. So I had 24 pounds of wares, like all the hard stuff, and that's $1.29 a pound, excuse me. So you do pay less for your wares, but it adds up when you have a whole lot like I did. Now the shoes they charge, let me look, I think, yes, it's $2.49 for a pair of shoes. So they just counted this as a pair of shoes. I did not realize that. I thought it was counted in on my weight, but looking at my receipt, they did just count that as a pair of shoes. So my total with everything, including tax, was $54.50. I really don't think that's bad considering I got so much stuff. So let me know, have you ever been to the Goodwill Bins? Have you been to the Goodwill Bins lately? And have you ever spent that much at the Goodwill Bins? Everybody that was there that I know on that day had a very successful day. Kelsey had an overflowing buggy full of clothes. She finds the best deals on clothes. I'll try to let y'all know over on my Facebook group page, Thrilled Thrifter, the next time she's going to have a show, in case you want to pop over to Whatnot and be in on that show. If you have yourself, a daughter, a granddaughter, or anybody like that looking for very good name brand clothes, she can find them. She's amazing. And my friend Crystal, she had a buggy full, as y'all saw as we walked out. She had so much stuff. Like, we just had a very successful day at our Goodwill Bins. Now here's the thing, our Goodwill Bins opens on Sunday at noon, and then they close on Wednesdays at 6, I think. So they're closed Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So they have 3 days to like regroup, get new stuff in, fill new bins. So that's why you always find the best stuff on Sundays at noon. That's why I like to go to church at 10. We get out at 11:30. I can run home and change and get straight to the bins. That truly is when you find the best stuff, in my opinion. However, I have got lucky, you know, just going randomly during the week as well. But anyway, yeah, thank y'all so much for going thrifting with me today at the Goodwill Bins and sticking around to see this massive thrift haul. I know it took a while, and let me know, what are you excited about seeing in the upcoming home decor sale that I have no idea when that's going to be. Probably the end of August, beginning of September, because I'm in no hurry to do it. It's not something I have to do. It's just something I want to do for fun, and to also be able to find things for y'all that y'all tell me you just absolutely cannot find in your area that I see all the time. So I just think that's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, let me know, what was your favorite item that I picked up today. We hope y'all have a wonderful week. We love y'all, and I'll see you back here on Friday with a brand new video.